Hey guys, it's Scott from Horse Racing Daily, and today's video is going to be on my updated top five older horses after the Whitney Stakes today. And there's going to be a new addition, and there's also going to be some that get downgraded. And Happy Saber is going to be the first one to crack my top five. He's going to come in at number five. First we're going to talk about the negative for him, and the negative is, there's a lot of second place finishes. He got second last September in the Jockey Club Gold Cup, second in the Clark, second in the Ali Sheba, second in the Met Mile, and second in the Whitney. It's been a while since this horse crossed the finish line first. So, that's my major knock on him is the horse always seems to find a way to, run a good race, but not necessarily win the race. And, for the positive on this horse, he did get second to, the horses are going to be, very high on my top five. Life is Good and Flightline. And in the Whitney, if you watched that race live, turning for home, you really thought Happy Saber was going to win the race. It looked like he was getting ready to come up the road, maybe catch Life is Good, but Life is Good had a little bit more left in the tank. So, for that, you can't really knock Happy Saber too hard. I think if there's a race down the road where the, pace advantage sets up more to Happy Saber's liking, he could come up and potentially win, maybe, at a mile and a quarter or something like that. But for right now, I'm going to put him at number five. And that's going to bring out number four horse, and that's going to be Olympiad. He's not going to get knocked down too hard. Even though he did finish fourth today in the Whitney. His best race today was in the Stephen Foster, and maybe the horse ran such a big effort that he was going to bounce off of that. That race might have took something out of him, but this horse was steadily improving. From a 3 to 4 year old campaign. And also keep in mind, that was his, fifth race of the year. I'm sorry, sixth race of the year. So maybe the campaign is starting to kind of take its toll on the horse a little bit. I got to wonder how he's going to finish out the season. If this is the start of him going off form or, if this is just not his day. Horses are like people. They have days where they're not 100% or don't, feel up to their best. So, that could have been today. I'm not going to let one race, determine how, hard I'm going to knock him. But another bad race, probably make his way off my top five or maybe down to number five. But for now, we're gonna say that efforts early in the year were good, and we're gonna keep at number four, and that's gonna bring me to number three. And number three is Country Grammar, and I put Country Grammar at number three, kind of a little bit based on think there's gonna be a potential step forward in the Pacific Classic for him. I think the mile and 16th in the San Diego handicap was a little shorter than he wanted to go. As you can see, he's got a lot of mile and a quarter, mile and an eighth races, where he's ran his best at. So I think that's how far the horse probably really wants to go. And for that, if he could, get up, of course, it's going to be the matchup with Flightline. So that's going to impact, the rankings big time there. But if he can run, a really good second or first, he's certainly going to move up. But for now, we're going to put him at number three. And number two is going to be Life Was Good. He won the Whitney Stakes, and I think he's, kind of back to really be a mention with Flightline as who's going to be the best, older horse coming in the Breeders' Cup. And I do think Life Was Good kind of had the pace go his own way in the Whitney. And I wasn't too thrilled when I seen Happy Saber come up. And, I thought Life Was Good was going to lose the race in real time. But, it did hang on to win. And, I wonder if this horse, is not at his peak like he was when he won the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile and the Pegasus World Cup. Maybe he's, taking a notch down just a little bit. But for now, he's going to stay number two. He did beat a quality field. Had Happy Saber, Hot Rod Charlie, Olympiad. So he checks all those boxes. But, I'm still going to believe number one, the Flightline. And, Flightline, as far as ability on the racetrack, is done, just incredible. Like he checks all the boxes in every race. He runs fast times. Uh, if there's a negative, he really hasn't beaten too much, in any of his four races. The best horse he beat was Speaker's Corner, and Speaker's Corner, has not really been running the same the last two or three races. And the horse is still very lightly raced. Like there's a lot of spacing between his races, which I really like. The Pacific Class probably the quickest turnaround for him in any, race, and you're still talking about a, near about 3 month turnaround whenever the race starts. So I would like to see this horse race more and get a little more, consistent. I think, he could potentially be even fitter than what he is now. When you watch his workouts, they just look incredible. Like he's going so fast, but it doesn't really look like he's trying to give much effort to do it. And there's probably not a more visually impressive horse in the older division right now. And there's a lot to go between now and the Breeders' Cup. He's still got to run a mile and a quarter. He's gonna have to do it twice. Uh, so there's a lot of boxes he's still got to check. But for right now, he's done nothing wrong. He's got the bloodline to get the distance, and for now, he's going to make number one on my rankings. And thanks for watching, guys. More to come.